Hello everybody, I'm JC, welcome to dadbodwithjc. I took a day off yesterday, didn't entirely take the day off, I actually ended up getting a massage right around the time I was supposed to do the workout, but massage is a good thing, and I'm back today. I'm going to do some core exercises today. I really needed the massage. This is like day 20 or something of these daily workouts. Oh, my dog's down here. Hey doggy, doggy. Oh, such a good dog. That's a good dog. The other one says, no, I'm a good dog. This one says, I'm a good dog. So, you know, they'll have to duke it out. Anyways, wow, they are good dogs. Who's a good dog? Who's a good dog? Anyway, so I'm going to do a core workout today. That being said, I'm going to start out with some stretching. I love to stretch my calves first. They're always tight. So here I am. I'm going to stretch the calves. Oh my goodness, you're tight. Uh-oh, someone needs a treat. I'm gonna get a treat for somebody real quick. Sorry about that, they really needed that treat for some reason. Anyways, that's a different story. Okay, stretching calves. Yeah, when the dogs behave good, it's good to give them something to continue the good behavior. There's one girl, she's 12 years old, but she's still pretty spry, aren't you, honey? Honey, you're still pretty spry, aren't you? For a 12-year-old girl? For a 12-year-old girl, you're still pretty spry. She's still pretty spry for being as old as she is. Because, like, 12's pretty old for a dog, especially of her breed. She's like Cavalier Spaniel, and honestly, my understanding is the life expectancy of that breed is about 10 years. They all have heart problems. She does too, but so when I see her have a lot of exercise, she goes out and exercises a little bit, comes back in with a full head of steam, and like she's wagging her tail and she's doing her thing like this. Her whole body, when her tail wags, her whole body goes. I reward her because she's getting her fitness in. That's her version of fitness. Go out, do her thing. I let her back in and give her a reward. And I almost forgot to give her a reward this time. It would have been very tragic. She would have reminded me. She would have barked. In any case, I'm still stretching my calves here. I'm going to be stretching my calves for a little bit. They're pretty tight, even after my massage yesterday. Not that she didn't do a good job. She did a great job with the massage, let me tell you this. But my calves are always tight, regardless. Okay, so next I'm going to stretch. I'm going to, I guess, do seated forward folds. Not a whole lot, especially not with the dog in my way. Okay, he is going to give me a little hug. He enjoyed the reward as well. And okay, I'm going to change this over to seated V because it'll be easier doing a seated V forward fold with him in the middle here. So I'm just going to stretch down the middle here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. He doesn't like that very much. In the past I've used him as a weight. He's like kind of like a dumbbell, kind of just pressing him up. Give me my toy. Where's my toy? He's gonna grab his toy while I'm doing my seated V forward fold. He's gonna grab a toy. He's got to give me the toy though. Ah, that's the squeaky. You got the squeaky. Who's got the squeaky? Yeah, the dogs get rambunctious sometimes, and here they are getting a little rambunctious. Man, where's my toy? I'm expecting my toy. Come on, my toy. My toy. He's not the best fetching dog. In general, he's a pretty good dog though. All right, now I'm gonna do a little figure 4 stretch. I'm gonna twist my body over here, bring my belly button over my thigh, and forward fold over my thigh. Someone's got a squeaky toy. All right, we're gonna do the other side now. I'm just getting ready and set up for my core exercises that I'm gonna do today. I got a 1 hour session. I'm a little early getting these with my session today. Getting these things timed out perfectly on the weekends is not easy. So, you know, all of these workouts are actually recorded, and I'll end up posting them on YouTube later on. So if someone is wanting to follow along with all these workouts, they're all on YouTube. Day 1 through, I believe this is day 20. Yesterday was supposed to be day 20, but like I said, I scheduled a massage instead of the session, and originally I was going to do the massage and then the session, but the massage went so well, I didn't want to muck it up. So I just stayed with the massage, and that's it. Okay. Looks like I'm starting off with a pelvic tilt glute bridge. Before I do that, I'm going to do a couple cat-cows, like 5 cat-cows to loosen up my back. My back feels a teeny bit tight today, so here we go. Do this. And here are the cat-cows. Wrists underneath my shoulders, knees underneath my hips, and then my cow comes down, my back comes down like a cow. I hold that for a few seconds, and then I punch it back up for a cat back up here. Hold that for a few seconds. So that's 1. And down. And up for 2. And down. And up for 3. And down. And up for 4. I'm going to do 6 of these. And down. And up for 5. And down. And up for 6. Alright. So, yeah, that loosened things up a little bit back here on my back. Like I said, it's next up is the glute bridge. I'm going to come up and down 12 times. That'll be 1 set. So yeah, I'll point in this direction a little bit so folks can see what I'm doing. For the most part, my ankles are going to be underneath my knees. They'll be slightly spread. My knees will be slightly spread apart, maybe shoulder width apart. Let's see, what else? My hands are going to be at my side. I'm going to add a little crunch to it, so I get a little crunch workout too. So, and I can see the camera a little bit. And oh, I got a comment here. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, doing good. How's it going? So, in any case, I'm doing this glute bridge, and I'm gonna just bring up my pelvis up here, and slowly bring it back down. Do that 12 times for 1 set. So here we go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, that's 1 set. All right, so I'm going to take a few breaths here, and I'm going to do another set of the glute bridge. I just need to take like 2 more breaths of air, and I'll get back to it. I already have a little bit of sweat all over I can feel the sweat coming up my arms, a little bit of my forehead, a little bit of my body here, and I'm just getting started. So I need a sip of water too. Sorry about the laundry room noises. It's an active laundry room. So I think there's another 20-30 minutes left on that load. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. So I'm going to go back to the glute bridge. My ankles are going to be below my knees, directly below my knees, and my hands are going to be beside me. I'm going to try to add a little crunch here, just a little crunch to get my head up so I can see the camera and count out for another set of 12. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Okay, so that's 2 sets of 12 I've done to the glute bridge. I got 1 more set coming up before I move on to my next core exercise. The next one is the standing side bend. But before that, I'll do 1 more set of the glute bridge. I don't have a whole lot of things planned here for my core exercises. So at the end I'll probably improvise a little bit. Still need a couple more breaths of air. I'll get back down there. All right, coming back down. And ankles below my knees, arms at my sides. I'm going to give a little bit of crunch, upward crunch here, and my glutes go up for 12 and down. Up for 11, down, 10 and down, 9 and down, 8 and down, 7 and down, 6 and down, 5 and down, 4 and down, 3 and down, 2 and down, 1 and down. All right, that's it for the glute bridges. I did 36 of them all together, 3 sets of 12. I noticed at the end there that if I didn't go all the way down, my butt didn't land all the way to the ground, and I just kept it hovering like, quarter inch or whatever off the ground, and it came back up. I felt it more on my upper legs, my upper hamstrings a little bit. My glutes engaged a little bit more consistently. I wasn't feeling the glute engagement quite as well when I was landing all the way to the ground. So I kept my butt off the ground just by a tiny bit, very small amount, and that tended to engage my muscles in my core area just a little bit more. If you're just starting out and you need to come all the way down and go all the way up and do that whole thing, more power to you. I've been doing this for 20 days now, not the same exercises. I've been rotating a bit. I'm going to throw in more exercises as time goes on, like more of a variety of exercises. But I feel like I've progressed just in the last 20 days enough to add that little bit of nuance to that glute bridge. I've been doing the glute bridge a lot actually, and that little bit of nuance, just not quite landing on the ground, makes a difference so I can feel the engagement of my core. All right, next up is the standing side bend. So I'm going to do 8 on each side for per set. So I'm going to work on 3 sets of that. So the standing side stretch, side bend. The idea is I'm going to have my arms above me, but the idea is I don't want to bend to the side in front of me. I don't want to bend to the side behind me. I want to stay in the same more or less plane that my legs, my knees, my hips are keeping me in. So I got to be careful not to go forwards or backwards, just off to the side. As far as where my hands are going to be, they'll be pretty much straight overhead, about shoulder width apart here. Or you can press some palms together. That's actually a little bit more comfortable. So at this point, my knees are going to be slightly bent to accommodate any balance issues. And I'm just going to come off to the side. Once I feel my stretch to be I feel the proper stretch. Once I feel a good stretch, I'll start counting down from 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly back up to neutral. And here, coming back down from neutral off to the other side. Once I find my stretch on this other side, I'll start my count. Okay, I found my stretch there, engaging my core a bit for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And back up to neutral. Okay, so that's one set. I've got 2 more sets of that coming up. Things to look for is definitely you don't want any back pain. A little bit of soreness is okay. That means some muscles are engaging and disengaging and whatnot. But yeah, you don't want any pain. If you feel any pain going one side or the other, just retract. Don't go quite as far. And let's see. Thanks. Yeah, if you have any likes, comments, concerns, I really do appreciate them. Staying positive is fantastic. It really helps me, helps anybody else who's following along. Occasionally I'll get negative about something, like if I have a burger or 2 or something, it's like, oh man, I shouldn't have had that burger, and you don't want to dwell on the negativity too much. You want to just stay positive, and any positive feedback you have for me, or negative, or whatever you want to say, go for it. Likes, follows, subscribes, do it. Appreciate it. Thank you for your support. So, here we go. Standing side bend. Gonna get going again. To the original side here. So going for, I'm finding my stretch now. I want to engage my core. Both my feet are planted on the ground. Engaging my core for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back up to neutral. I don't think I went over as far that time. I was feeling something not quite right on this side, so I think I couldn't quite go as far. Whew. Okay, back over to this side. Again, my hands, I'm keeping them together at palms facing together. You can just keep them however you want to keep them above your head. And in this case, I'm going to stretch over to the one side. Once I find my stretch, I'm going to count, and I'm going to engage my core. Right now I'm engaging my core for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And slowly coming back up. All right, that was set 2. Gonna go for one more set. All right. So while I take a couple breaths of air, I'll talk a little bit about my diet. I've been trying to go on a 40-40-20 split, 40% protein, 40% carbs, 20% fats. Probably not doing that perfectly, but I'm still working on pushing everything in that direction. It seems to work for me, and my energy levels stay high enough during the day. It's the most challenging thing for me with that particular split is eating the protein. It's hard for me to eat that much protein. The carbs are easy for me to eat. The fat is really easy for me to eat, but the protein, that's a different story. But that I gotta improve on still. Yeah, it's outside of this videos, but I'll keep working on that. Third set of the standing side bend. So again, my feet are about shoulder width apart, my knees slightly bent, my hands are overhead, palms are kind of facing each other over my head, and then I'm going to start to bend to the side, not forwards, not back, but straight to the side with my spine in neutral position. I'm going to keep bending until I find my stretch. Once I find my stretch, I'm going to engage my core, engaging my core now for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming back up to neutral. In the past, I've done these stretches and bends and whatnot, and I came back out from the bend a little quick, and I get these, I wouldn't call them shooting pains, but it's like a lightning bolt kind of goes through my nervous system. I gotta move nice and slow for those things. All right, gonna do my last one to the other side for a standing side bend. Feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, hands above the head, palms facing each other. Now, I'm gonna start my side bend over. My spine is in neutral position. I'm not moving forwards or moving back. Try to stay in the same plane with my legs and my hips. And now that I'm finding my stretch, I'm going to engage my core, like a stomach crunch or something like that, and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Now slowly coming back to neutral and feeling good about it. One thing I've noticed as I'm doing these side bends, when I bark out my numbers, when I speak out my numbers, if I haven't engaged my core, my numbers will come out a little bit soft. When I engage my core, I'll be barking those numbers out like 8, 7, because my core is really engaged, and in order for me to get the words out of my mouth, I gotta labor a little bit, and laboring is good. I mean, this is a core workout, so laboring is definitely a good thing in this. So 8, 7, it feels a little stronger, and it feels like I'm actually engaging something here. The first few times I went through these core exercises, I could hardly feel anything going on in my core. I couldn't feel a thing. Maybe it's because my core muscles had atrophied. I hadn't used them in a while, weeks, months, years, who knows. I mean, I play some sports. I go out and play basketball, tennis, run, swim, bike, that sort of thing. But I never focus on my core. I'm always focusing on my legs, my arms, I guess my shoulders some, my neck a little bit. But I gotta focus on my core at this point, especially since this is where I want to lose a lot of the weight. That's where it's residing. Because my arms aren't all that chunky. My legs, well, they're not all that chunky, but my midsection sure is. So core workout is where it's gonna be, and that's probably why I didn't feel it the first 2, 3. This is the first few core sessions. I didn't feel much at all, but now every little thing I'm doing here, I'm feeling the muscles engage, and I'm not even feeling them engage a lot. But as time goes on, it looks like they're engaging more, and I'm able to use those muscles more, and this is why I'm here, and hopefully you'll benefit from it too. All right, here we go. Next up is the Quadruped Lift. I'm going to do 4 sets of these. Pretty simple thing. Basically, I'm going to get down on all fours. It's Quadruped Lift, and there's 4 things going on here. So I get down to like the cat-cow position. I'll angle my mat a little bit so you can see clearly. So I go into the cat-cow position with my wrists below my shoulders, my knees below my hips, and now that I'm in this position, the quadruped lift is I just lift 2 of these guys. My one hand with my opposite leg, come back down, the other hand with the opposite leg from the other hand. And that's it. It's 6 of these. I'm going to do 6 per side because, so I guess in all honesty it's 12. So I'm going to count from 12 and down, but it's not really 12, it's only 6 of these, 6 for the one hand and 6 for the other hand. Same with the back. All right. Before I start, I'm going to sit up and take a little air. Oh, one thing to remember when you're on your hands and feet, you want to try to keep your back nice and flat. The instructions online, they all said the same thing. Try to keep your back flat, as if there's a little coin there, and you don't want the coin to fall off your back. I would put a coin there and try to keep it from falling, but I don't want to get distracted midway when the thing falls off. But you know what? I'll use the toy. I'll use the dog toy. If it falls off, it falls off. But I'm kind of curious if it's going to fall off in the middle of this. So there it is. The dog toy is there. So the idea is my back should stay flat through this whole exercise as I lift these guys and these guys. That toy feels good. So something nice and light, nothing heavy. I was talking about a coin earlier, but this toy will definitely do. So here we go. So there's going to be 12 of these, 6 on one side, 6 on the other. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Engage your core. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As I was doing this, I was thinking about other things I could use instead of a dog toy. This is actually really convenient. It feels comfortable. It's really soft and cushiony. So, and it's very light. So I don't mind putting it in my back. If you don't happen to have a dog toy at home, which most people probably won't, I'm thinking a piece of junk mail. I mean, junk mail is so. I mean, it's very light. Usually it's a little envelope with stuff you don't care about. You put the envelope on your back right there, and then when you're done, you can just chuck it or keep it for the next day. Okay. So I'll do more of these, and I'm going to keep this back there. With it back there, I had something to feel to keep my back nice and straight and flat, so it wouldn't tip over one way or the other. I don't know if I would have been able to do the same without this back there. So I'll give it another shot. Again, my wrists are below my shoulders, my knees below my hips, and dog toy applied for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, that was great. First time I did this, I had a real hard time with his wrist. It's my off hand. But as time has gone on, it's felt a little better. I still feel not quite as strong. This is my dominant hand, but yeah, it's nothing to complain about. I'm just thinking about it a little bit. Maybe I'll actually introduce a day where I do a lot of forearm muscle building exercises. There's a ton of dumbbell exercises you can do with your forearm to strengthen your wrists and your forearm. And I might do a day of that and a day of like feet kind of deals. So, half wrists and forearms and half wrist, ankles and feet, and that, the bottoms, basically the bottoms of my limbs. So for a future day. So getting back down for the third set of quadruped lifts. All right, here we go. So again, knees below hips, wrists below shoulders, and up for 12, 11, engage your core, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That was the third set. The first day I did, this is about the third or fourth time I've done this now. First day I did it, I could barely finish. Actually, I had to stop halfway, I think. I can't remember exactly, but I barely finished. I didn't even do as many. The second time, it felt a little bit more normal. It was still odd. This is like my third or fourth time. I'm feeling very comfortable with this. In all honesty, I think I've doubled my rep count per set, and that's a good thing. It's not hurting like all the little things were hurting originally, and now I don't feel the little pain points Still a little worried about this wrist, but not overly. All right. After you do the dog toy or the envelope, don't really need it. I kind of felt the shadow of the dog toy in my back that time, and my back it felt pretty flat there. So again, wrists below shoulders, knees below hips as best as you can. I'm on my mat. I need my mat in order to do this sort of stuff. You have to figure out whatever you need on your end to do this stuff well. And again, I'm going to do 12 of these, 6 on each side for 12, 11, engage that core, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I was just thinking, I have to pay attention to the sound of my voice, because if I'm not barking it out, that means I'm not engaging my core. Because right at this point, when I engage my core, the sound is just coming barking out of my mouth, and when it's not coming out strong, I don't have my core as engaged. That being said, I did buy a microphone a week or two ago, and I bought it online. It arrived, and the packaging was all loose. There's a little box where the microphone actually was, and a big box that the package came in, and very little padding in between. So that thing was probably just knocking itself silly while it was being shipped. So I connected it to my Bluetooth. I turned it on, used it for a couple days, went back, reviewed the sound quality, and there's no sound difference. I think and then I tried a couple different phones, nothing. I think during shipping the thing just broke, essentially, and so now I think I'm just gonna go to an actual physical store and buy a Bluetooth mic that way, because I don't want to go through the same craziness again where I thought the Bluetooth was working and the mic was actually busted. I think that was all of my quadruped lifts that I had planned. But I kind of want to do one more. It felt great, so I'm going to do one more. When you're feeling something working for you and you want to keep going, keep going. So again, hands below shoulders, knees below hips. They're both about shoulder width apart. Gonna go for 12. Engaging that core. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I didn't engage my core the way I would have liked there. I felt it engage on the sides here, which is something I really want. I've had trouble engaging on the side. I should have engaged it down the middle. I didn't quite get there. I was trying to make sure everything was working right on the sides, and it is. Compared to day one, it most certainly is. So I'm just going to count that as a win and move on. Hopefully you're having similar, if you're following along, you're having similar experiences where the first time you tried it, maybe it didn't go so good. But as, you know, time after time, if you're trying it over and over again, things get better. I might have a chat up here. Let me see if there's anything going on up here. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the positive comments. If you want to throw some negative comments, that's fine too. But positive is definitely better for me. Throw a like, subscribe, a follow, whatever works over where you're at. I do appreciate it. I have all of these, well, not all, but most of these videos on YouTube, and I've noticed a bit of a difference since day one. I'm on about day 20 right now, and day one, I had a little bit more heft up here, you know, bigger, and now I'm on day 20. It's a little bit better. My weight's about the same. I think I put on a bit of muscle since I'm doing these little workouts, but so far I'm feeling really positive, and I'm gonna keep going. Honestly, I don't know when, if or when I'm gonna stop. It'll be day, you know, n+1 day. I don't know. I don't want to say I'm gonna do this forever because definitely that's not gonna happen. But I do want to keep this up until I get to where I want to be, which is quite a bit from now, I'd imagine. Okay, next up is a modified side plank. 8 count each side. So 8 to each side. Modified side plank. So a plank kind of is like this on I guess my elbows. Modified side plank on my side here on the floor. I want to keep my elbow, both shoulders, my other elbow in a straight line. So my offhand is usually pointed straight, so I can kind of make a line out of my elbows and shoulders. And same goes for my shoulders through my hips and through my knees, actually. Because in the modified side plank, my knee is bent. So the contact point to the ground is the knee, hips. Well, the knee is the contact point. So I need to make a straight line from between my knee, hips, and shoulder. So I'll take one more sip of water and get down to it. All right, here we go. Modified side plank. So again, I'm getting on this elbow. The water went the wrong way. Getting on this elbow, gotta go straight from my, I guess from my shoulders, straight through my hips, straight through my knee here, with my knee bent. So now I'm gonna have another straight line from elbow to elbow straight through my shoulders. I'm just gonna keep my hand straight up so it's easier for me to visualize a straight line. I'm gonna hold this for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, slowly release. I've released that too quickly and it hurt, quite honestly. So now off to the other side. I'm going to straighten out my mats a little bit. I can use both my mats for this. It's not very dynamic. I'm not going to be moving a lot, so I got to do the other side. So again, same deal. Elbow, shoulder, shoulder, elbow, make a line. So I'm going to try to make a line this way. And again, my knees are bent. So the contact point is my knees, and there should be a straight line going from my knees, hips, and shoulders. So I'm going up, 2 straight lines, straight like a T here and a T here, holding for 8, 7, 6, engage that core, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And done. All right. So that's one set. I got 2 more sets of this coming up. I need a couple breaths of air, And I got to do it all over again. Setting up to my original side. Straight line, and up. Once I find my straight lines, engage my core. I got my straight lines going for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come back out of it. Gonna get ready on the other side. I might as well keep rolling. I want to keep this down to about an hour. So yeah, I'm about on track. So again, straight line is this way, straight line from my elbow out to my elbows, with my shoulders in between. Coming up, that straight line is established. My other straight line is established. Engaging my core for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, at the very end I added a modification. This makes it a little bit more intense. You can scissor your knees up. That adds up just a little bit of core work to it. I wanted to give it a try. I know that's the next step up. I might not be quite there yet for myself, but I'm sure there's a lot of folks out there that are ready for that and they can do that. Thanks. All right, so I'm going to take a sip of water. One more set of the modified side plank. Again, feel free to give likes, follows, subscribes, whatever works over there. I really do appreciate any support you can provide. And now get ready for the third set. I might have already done 3 sets, but I'm enjoying this exercise, so I'll do some more. Just straight line, shoulders, hips, knees, straight line, elbow, elbow, and the shoulders in between. Coming up, engaging the core for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly coming out of it. Coming back over for the last side. Going to do the same. Make a straight line with the elbows through the shoulders. Make a straight line from the shoulders through the hips, through the knees. Engaging the core for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That was it for the modified side plank. All right, one more. Chair crunch. I like the chair crunch. And I might actually have time for 2 more. But for that, you'll want a chair. I'm going to grab a chair right over here real quick. There. Chair's in a good spot, more or less. So for the chair crunch, you want to sit towards the front of the chair, so most of the chair is empty behind you. You want to lean your back a little bit. You're going to be crunching right here in your abs. You want to bring your shoulders down and relaxed, and you can grab the seat of your chair below you. Make sure you're at the edge so that you're back up, so that when you crunch up and out, you have room. So I'm going to do 10 of these for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe I should have been breathing a little bit better there. I think I wasn't breathing quite right while I was doing the exercise. But that's one set. I got 3 more sets to go. I need 2 more breaths of air. I'll get right back to it. 10 more chair crunches. If you follow along, fantastic. If you just watch it or whatever, give some likes, subscribes, follows. Any support is appreciated. I'm gonna get back to it. Dropping my shoulders down and loose. Holding the seat behind me for a little support. Knees are coming up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2 sets. 2 more to go. I need a little bit more air here. So let me see what's going on up here. If there's anything in the chat. Oh yeah, this is all good. I do appreciate the comments. And I'm almost ready for my 3rd set. Leaning back, loosening up my shoulders. Getting my legs up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One thing I should note, I'm barely touching my back against the back of the chair. That's forcing my core to engage a little bit as my knees come up my chest. I've had the hardest time doing forward folds where my chest goes to my knees. But it's much easier for me to get my knees up towards my chest when I do this chair crunch. Just a different motion, I guess. I need like 2 more breaths of air, and I'm gonna go for my last set of chair crunches. So shoulders loose and down, hands supporting behind my seat here. And I'm ready for 10 crunches. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh. Alright, that's it for that. One thing that's not listed on here, but I've been dying to do more of, is these sit-ups. I'll do 10 quick sit-ups to warm up my whatever muscles do my sit-up position. But then I'm going to have to look on it for the name of it on the internet. Basically, you sit up, you turn around, and you bring your hands to the floor. Sit up, turn around to the other side, bring your hands and face to the floor. I really like those for some reason, and it's all core work. This muscles in there. First time I did this was when I was on a soccer team when I was a kid, and I liked them. I liked them then. I like them now. I mean, if it's hurting your back or whatever, don't do them. I've seen a lot of videos on the internet that say, hey, don't do sit-ups, or sit-ups are bad for you, blah, blah, blah. If they hurt you, don't do them. I can do them. It doesn't hurt me at all. It feels good for me. So I'm going to do them. I don't know what exactly, I should probably look up what form, how exactly you're supposed to do them or whatnot. But honestly, I've been doing these on and off since I was a little kid. So I'm not going to give too much instruction. Sit-ups are pretty universal. I'm sure there's 1,000 videos on them online. So I'm going to do 10 sit-ups, and then I'm going to do 10 sit-ups, do 20 sit-ups, 10 on each side. one here, one there, that sort of thing. So I'll start with the 10 regular sit-ups. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So then I got my sit-up muscles engaged and warm up a little bit. Now I'm going to do 10 to each side. I'm going to count 10 up. Once I get to 10, I'm going to count 10 down. I don't like counting the teens because you have to do 19, 17, 16. It's too long-winded. I'm out of breath as it is. So 9 is a lot easier to say than 19. All right. I still need a couple breaths. All right, here we go. Before I start, sorry. Just make sure you don't hurt yourself. That's all I have to say. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to count down from 10. I'm also going to reposition myself because apparently as I do this, I move up the mat. All right, 10 more. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the set I wanted to do. I like to close off with a forward fold. Just a way to catch my breath a little bit and to sign off. Again, my name is JC, and you've been watching Dad Bod with JC. Hopefully you'll get a little bit out of it, and hopefully I will too. I'll do a quick forward fold here and sign off. Folding over. Trying to engage my core, reaching for the ground. I'm coming closer and closer every day to touching the ground. Less than an inch away now. And coming back up. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. And we'll see you tomorrow.